besides Allah, to whomever a man is calling or referring that this book, reading some books, getting knowledge from books, because all knowledge comes from books. So Allah says, to whomever you are calling, they are born themselves in a way. They have come in this world from a one particular time and they are dead. So you are calling them what they have created from the earth, or have they a share in the skies? Meaning you're calling on those people who have started their lives in one particular era. What book, what they can write before Allah's book? Because they are born in one particular era or time, they can't write a book before Allah's book. So that is what he's saying. What are you calling? To whom you are calling? قُلْ أَرَيْتُمْ مَا تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ أَرُونِي مَاذَا خَلَقُوا مِنَ الْأَرْضِ أَمْ لَهُمْ شِرْكٌ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ. Say, do you see what it is you call besides Allah? Show me what they have created from the earth, or have they a share in the skies? إِيتُونِي بِكِتَابٍ مِّن قَبْلِ هَذَا. Bring me a book before this book. Bring me a book. Allah gives a challenge. Bring me a book before this book of Allah, or any marks or knowledge, if you are speaking the truth. How can a book be before than Allah's book? Because everybody has been created. So Allah gives a challenge, and we know that this book of Allah exists in all times. Al Imran 3 and 187 ayat. وَإِذَا خَذَ اللَّهُ مِيثَاقَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ لَتُبَيِّنُنَّهُ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَكْتُمُونَهُ فَنَبَذُوهُ وَرَاءَ ظُهُورِهِمْ وَاشْتَرَوْا بِهِ ثَمَنًا قَلِيلًا فَبِئْسَ مَا يَشْتَرُونَ. Now, and remember, when Allah took a covenant with those who had been given the book, Al-Kitab, to make it known and clear to mankind, and not to hide it, but they threw it away behind their backs and purchased with it some miserable gain. How evil was their bargain they had made. All these people, so to say, the Muslim world has got this book in their houses. If you have got this book, you have made a covenant with Allah. And what was the covenant with Allah? The ayah says, when Allah took a covenant with those who have been given the book, with the people who have been given this book. What was the covenant? لَتُبَيِّنُنَّهُ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَكْتُمُونَهُ. What was the covenant? So that the Muslim world make it clear to mankind, and not to hide it. We've been kept, this book has been kept hidden from us. This book has been kept hidden from us. We have not done our jobs. We were supposed to make it clear to mankind, which the majority of the people do not possess this book in their houses. But how can we clear them? Because we are not clear ourselves. This covenant, وَإِذَا خَذَ اللَّهُ مِيثَاقَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ. And when Allah took a covenant with those who had been given the book, to make it known to people, لَتُبَيِّنُنَّهُ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَكْتُمُونَهُ. Make it known to people and do not hide it. فَنَبَذُوهُ وَرَاءَ ظُهُورِهِمْ. But they threw it away behind their backs. They threw it away. Reading other books, talking about other books. Not a word of the book, Quran. All the time talking other books. It was our Muslim duty to talk about the ayats, talk about this book. This is a covenant of the Muslim world, that this book you have it, and we don't know nothing about the book. It was our duty to talk about the book and purchase it with some miserable gain. They have purchased this book from some miserable gain. How evil was the bargain they had made. They have made it a very evil bargain, and they are going to suffer for that, because this book was supposed to be read, understood, and talk to the masses, give them the ayahs, educate them. That was the purpose. We have failed. Still there is time. We must improve ourselves. Now, who are the people of the book? Al-Kitab was given to the prophets and it's a guidance for mankind. So who are the people of the book? The simple, logical explanation I give you first, and then we'll say what the Quran has to say. Any non-Muslim, whether a Jew or a Hindu or a Buddhist or an atheist, this non-Muslim, we Muslim world, give him the book. Read this book. Allah will guide you. Read the book. He takes the book from you. He takes the book from you, the Muslim world. He takes this book from you and he is reading the book. And when he reads this book, and when the statement comes, Ya Al-Kitab, Ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawa'in baynana wa baynakum, O people of the book, come to common terms. So when we gave him the book, to whom he will think that this book belongs to? To whom he will think this book has been given to me? The Muslim world. Al-Kitab are the people of the book, this book. All the Muslim world who are holding this book in their houses, keeping in their shelves, they are the Al-Kitab, the people of the book. Because you gave this book to these people, the non-Muslim, and you ask any non-Muslim, he will say this book is the book of the Muslim world. The Bible is the book of the Christians, the Quran is the book of the Muslim world, the Gita is the book of the Hindus, and Avesta is the book of the Zoroastric religion. This book you, carrying you. So you don't want to take that title, Al-Kitab. When Allah says, now I will explain how the Quran gives you the picture of Al-Kitab, the people of the book. Surah Al-Imran 3:110 ayah. Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat lin-nasi ta'muruna bil ma'rufi wa tanhauna 'anil munkari wa tu'minuna billah. Walau amana ahlul kitabi lakana khayran lahum minhumul mu'minuna wa aktharumul fasiqun. You are the best of nation. Just one ayat before we read, ummatan wahida, kana an-nasu ummatan wahida, the back reference. Now this is the best ummah. Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat lin-nasi. You, the Muslim world, are the best of the nation, ummah, evolved from mankind, enjoining what is right, forbidding what is wrong, and believing in Allah. And if only the people of the book, and if only the people of the book had believed, it were best for them. Among them are believers. Among the people of the book are believers, mu'minun. And most of them are fasiqun, or the wrongdoers. So among the people of the book, there are two categories. If you note in the ayah, there are basically there are three categories. The first is the best of the people. From the believers, they are believers, but they are the best of the people. But among them are the believers, and the majority are the fasiqs or fasiqun. So among the people of the book are believers, number one category, and the other group is the fasiqun. So as I have tried to explain, that the people of the book who are believers, in today's language, today's understanding, a person who calls himself as a Muslim and he practices religion Islam, we can say he is among the mu'mineen, the practicing Muslim. I'm using the terminology for day-to-day experiences of man. We say, I'm a Muslim, but I'm not a good practicing Muslim. I'm a Muslim, I'm not practicing it. So that is why I'm saying that mu'min can be defined as a practicing Muslim. Among the people of the book, people who are mu'min are those people who are practicing Muslim. The other, وَأَكْثَرُهُمْ فَاسِقُونَ, the majority are the fasiqun, the perverted transgressors, or the wrongdoers, or label Muslims. Label Muslims who have taken the label with them and doing nothing for Islam and for the practices of Muslims. So Allah has exposed them that there are among the people of the book, there are two categories. One are the mu'minuns, and the majority are the fasiqun, the fasiqs. So, first of all, we would like to know among the people of the book, the believers, who and what standpoint is given in the Quran for the believers. The believers among the people of the book, what is their standpoint according to the Quran? We go to Surah Tawbah, 911 ayah. إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة يقاتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون ويقتلون وعدا عليه حقا في التوراة والإنجيل والقرآن ومن أوفى بعهده من الله فاستبشروا ببيعكم الذي بايعتم به وذلك هو الفوز العظيم. Allah has purchased of the believers, mu'minun, their lives and their wealth. For them is garden. They fight in the way of Allah and kill and are killed. A promise in truth. In the Torah and the Injil and the Quran. And who is more truer to his covenant than Allah? Then rejoice in the bargain which you have concluded. This is the achievement supreme. Now, who are the believers? The believers' bargain with Allah is that they have sold their lives and their wealth. They have sold their lives and their wealth in return for Jannah. Allah has done business with them. Allah has done business with the believers. They have sold their lives and wealth in return for Jannah. They fight in the way of Allah. They fight in the way of Allah and kill and are killed. They kill and are killed. Now this is a promise of Allah in truth in the Torah and the Injil and the Quran. If you note in the Quran these three words, the Torah and the Injil and the Quran, and. This promise Allah has to fulfill with the believers. And the believers cannot take that covenant until they know the Torah, they know the Injil, and they know the Quran. This covenant, promise binding on Allah, you becoming a believer, you must know the Torah, you must know the Injil and the Quran to be a believer, mu'min. That's the promise of Allah, binding on him. This Quran word occurred in the Quran 66 times. And the Injil, I forgot to say, it was mentioned 16 times. These words, why I'm saying they are mentioned in the Quran 66 times, the word Quran, the Injil 16 times, the Torah 18 times, because these words was sent down by Allah in Arabic text in this book, Al-Kitab, to verify. You don't have to go and look the Bible for it, because those words are not to be found in any word, in any version of the Bible. The Torah, the Injil, and the Quran. That moment's bargain with Allah Almighty. The Torah is in the book, the Injil is in the book, the Quran is the reading, the word is in the book. Everything is in the book, Al-Kitab. And this book of Allah exists and was given to all the prophets. And this book is given to us to read and find out what is going on. Surah Al-Ma'idah, 68 ayat. So he says, Qul, say, Ya Ahlul Kitabi, lastum ala shay'in, hatta tuqimu at-Tawrata wal-Injila, wa ma unzila ilaykum min Rabbikum, وَلَا يَزِيدَنَّ كَثِيرًا مِّنْهُمْ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ طُغْيَانًا وَكُفْرًا فَلَا تَأْسَ عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ. Say, O people of the book, Al-Kitab, you have no ground to stand upon unless you establish the Tawrat and Injil. Unless you establish the Tawrat and Injil, and the revelation to you is from your Lord, and it increases in most of them rebellion and rejection by what Allah has revealed to thee from your Lord. But sorrow not over those, over people who are rejectors, the kafirun. Ladies and gentlemen, are we establishing the Tawrat and Injil? Because the ayah commands, Kul ya al-Kitab, lastum ala shay'in. You have no ground to stand upon. Hatta tuqimu at-Tawrat wal-Injil, until you establish the Tawrat and Injil. Wa ma unzila alaykum min rabbikum, and the revelation to you is from your Lord. So the people of the book, the Mu'minun, the covenant, the Misaq, we have seen it. A promise binding on Allah, we have seen it. It's in the Torah and the Injil and the Quran. So Allah commands, Qul ya al-Kitab, lastum ala shay'in. Say to the people of the book, you have no ground to stand upon unless hatta tuqimu at-Tawrata wal-Injil, until you establish the Torah and the Injil. Wa ma unzila ilaykum min rabbikum, and the revelation to you is from your Lord. All the revelation is to you from your Lord. But still there are people among us where it says, Allah reminds us in the ayat, وَلَا يَزِدَنَّ كَثِيرًا مِّنْهُمْ, and there are among people, it increases in most of them rebellion and rejection. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept this. They don't want to accept that we want to accept the Tawrat and Injil as the revelation sent down by Allah, mentioned in the Quran, Tawrat 18 times, Injil 16 times, and a promise on the last day they kill and they fight in the way of Allah by establishing the Tawrat and Injil and the Quran. They don't want to do it. So Allah says, وَلَزِيدَنَّهُمْ وَلَزِيدَنَّ كَثِيرًا مِّنْهُمْ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ طُغْيَانًا وَكُفْرًا. And it increases in most of them rebellion and rejection by what Allah has revealed, by what has been revealed to you from your Lord. But sorrow not. فَلَا تَأْسَنَ عَلَى الْقَوْمِ الْكَافِرِينَ. But sorrow not over the people who are rejectors. Don't worry. Don't be sorrow on those who are rejecting the Tawrat, mentioned in the Quran, who are rejecting the Injil, mentioned in the Quran. Don't be sorrowful for them. They are rejectors, as per ayah. Another reaction, Surah Al-Baqarah 2:109. وَدَّ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ لَوْ يَرُدُّونَكُم مِّن بَعْدِ إِيمَانِكُمْ كُفَّارًا حَسَدًا مِّنْ عِندِ أَنفُسِهِم مِّن بَعْدِ مَا تَبَيَّنَ لَهُمُ الْحَقُّ فَاعْفُوا وَاصْفَحُوا حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ اللَّهُ بِأَمْرِهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. In the majority of the people of the book, among the people of the book, Al-Kitab wished they could turn you back. They could turn you back to unbelief. After you have believed, the ayahs reversed to you, after you have believed, the majority of the people of the book will turn you back after you have believed from selfish envy. From selfish envy. After the truth has become clear to them. After the truth has become clear to them. But forgive and overlook till Allah bring His command, for Allah is power over all things. So it is reminding to the Muslim world that among the people of the book, the majority which are fasik, they would like to turn you back. They would like to turn you back into unbelief. After you have believed, after the ayahs have been rehearsed to you, the concepts have been clear to you, they would like to bring you back from selfish envy. But the other group, in the people of the book, there are two groups I've been reminding you. One is the Mu'minun and the other was Fasiqs, majority. So majority we come to know they are the Fasiqs. Now in Surah Al-Imran 3:113, They are the believers. لَيْسُوا سَوَاءً مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ أُمَّةٌ قَائِمَةٌ يَتْلُونَ آيَاتِ اللَّهِ آنَاءَ اللَّيْلِ وَهُمْ يَسْجُدُونَ. Not at all, not all of them among the people of the book. Not all of them are alike among the people of the book. But there are nation ummat that stand. They recite the ayahs, the signs of Allah, portion of the night, and they prostrate themselves in adoration. Who are these people? The Jews and the Christians? They are reading the Bible? Or these are the ayahs of Allah? What? Are the ayahs, this Bible contains the ayahs of Allah? If the people of the book are the Jews and the Christians, we here say, Laisu Saba min Ahl al-Kitabi. Not all of them among the people of the book are alike. Ummatun qaimatun yatluna ayatillahi. There are a nation who established the ayahs of Allah. Ana al-layli, in the night. Wahum yasjudun, and they prostrate. We all know who are those people who rehearse the ayahs of Allah. Who? The Muslim world. The mu'mineen. يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر ويسارعون في الخيرات وأولئك من الصالحين. They believe in Allah and the last day. These people of the book, among the people of the book, they are the people who believe in Allah and the last day. They enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong, and they hasten in good works. They are in the ranks of good doers. وَأُولَٰئِكَ مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. Among the people of the book, these are the people, the Salihin. Among the people of the book are the people who stand in the night. They rehearse the ayahs of Allah, not reading the Bible. Not reading the Bible. They rehearse the ayahs of Allah. They are the people who stand, they rehearse the ayahs of Allah in the portions of the night, and they go to sujood, prostration, as we Muslims do in salah, the mu'minins. And they believe in Allah in the last day, and they enjoin what is right and what is wrong, and forbid what is wrong, and they hasten in good works. They are in the ranks of good doers, and they are among the salihin. So the ayahs are very clear that among the people of the book before, the aksariyat, the majority are the fasiqs. They would turn you back after you have believed because they have got selfish envy. But the other group, who are people who are believers, who amend, who are salihin, and they rehearse the signs of ayahs of Allah. They are of course the people we know, we understand we are talking about the Muslim world, the mu'minins, the practicing Muslims. This Al-Kitab I was reading, and the Al-Kitab and the people of the book. Now, this Al-Kitab, to give you again a proof that on the last day, on the final day, all mankind of all times will be judged by Al-Kitab, by this Al-Kitab of all times. Because this Al-Kitab was given to all the prophets. We have heard that ayahs. This Al-Kitab was given to mankind, guidance to the muttaqeens, the righteous ones. Now on the last day, in Surah Zumar, 39, 69 ayat, the context describing the last day, Allah says, وَأَشْرَقَتِ الْأَرْضُ بِنُورِ رَبِّهَا وَوُضِيَ الْكِتَابُ وَجِيءَ بِالنَّبِيِّينَ وَالشُّهَدَاءِ وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ وَوُفِّيَتْ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ مَا يَفْعَلُونَ. And the earth will shine with the glory of its Lord. And the earth will shine with the glory of its Lord. The book, Al-Kitab, will be placed. The book Al-Kitab will be placed. The prophets, we know the prophets preached the book. They got the book. So the prophets, Nabiyyin, including Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the Khatam al-Nabiyyin, and the witnesses And the witnesses, any person who recite the ayahs of Allah for mankind, he is a witness over mankind. And the witnesses will be brought forward. And a just decision pronounced between them, and they will not be wrong. You will be judged. Mankind of all times will be judged of this book, Al-Kitab, which was given to all prophets. And this book left us with this message that we have to practice and take guidance with this book, because this book will be brought forward on the last day. And the earth, وَأَشْرَقَتِ الْأَرْضُ بِنُورِ رَبِّهَا, and the earth will shine with the glory of its Lord. وَوُضِيَ الْكِتَابِ, and the book will be placed. وَجِيءَ بِالنَّبِيِّينَ, and the prophets will be brought forward, because these prophets preach the book. وَالشُّهَدَاء, and the witnesses of all times. وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ, and a just decision will be made among them, and a just decision pronounced between them. وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ, and they will not be wronged. So just decision will be made, and they will not be wrong. This book, you have to give your account by the standard of this book. How much you knew the book, how much you practiced the book, how much belief you corrected by this book. Because this is the master book of all times. وَوُفِيَتْ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يَفْعَلُونَ, and to every soul will be paid in full of its deeds. Every soul will be paid in full of its deeds, and he knows best all that they do. So we must understand very clearly, this book will be brought forward, and these witnesses and the prophets will be brought forward. And your account, your soul, how much near you are to this book. It is a very common thing. Like for example, if I am an engineer, or I want to become an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to become a scientist, anything you want to become, you have to go and take admission in that particular school where you have to learn a particular subject. So this, like a book of medicine or book of engineering, you take admission. There are certain books, and in the class you have to study those books. You have to study those books. After, in medical, maybe 5 years or 4 years or 3 years, or in any college, there is a certain day when you have to give your exams. There is a certain day where you have to give your exams. So the date is announced, and you were studying from the main book, from the notes, from the books. You studied all your life. The nights you spent, all the night you studied. You give up everything and you were studying to pass the exams of doctor or engineer or any profession. You were studying. And when the papers were given to you, these answer sheets, a questionnaire and answer sheets, and in that answer sheet you fulfill